Hi. So far, you have a sense of various emerging technologies and how these technologies are radically shifting the innovation trajectory of firms and fundamentally altering their competitive landscape. In the process, we've also got a sense of how digital disruptions happen and the business models that disrupt traditional industries. I look forward to discussing with you the transformation of an industrial economy incumbent. A firm that responded to these technologies and incorporated them proactively in their business model to transform its business and an organization for the digital economy. Indeed, if you read the case of GE, Immelt starts with this thought that 20% of the S&P 500 does not exist in the form that it existed about 20 years ago. Specifically, I will discuss how emerging technologies can potentially alter value creation and value capture dynamics for existing products and services, what the risks are to these new modes of value creation and capture, and the capabilities that incumbents, especially those from the industrial economy, need to develop to compete with new business and operating models. The context for this discussion is General Electric's Industrial Internet Initiative. I hope you've taken the time to go through this case in some measure of detail. If not, I encourage you to read the case study that's been included in your course pack and come back for a discussion on GE's incredible transformation in the digital economy using the Internet of Things. In order to understand the business of a technology, we must first have commonality of understanding of the technology. Therefore, I'm going to kickstart this session with an introduction to the technology that is the Internet of Things or IoT. What is IoT? What are its key components? IoT refers to the instrumentation of physical things to capture data covering everything from environmental conditions to usage patterns and usage behaviors. It also refers to the transmission of these data to a variety of decision and sense-making units. In brief, at the core of IoT are three important elements: physical components, digital or smart components, and connectivity. Physical components refer to the things in Internet of Things and include a wide variety of products, implants, automobiles, buildings, in the case of GE, equipment, etc. They also include products' mechanical and electrical parts. In a car, for example, these include the engine block, the tires, and the batteries. Smart components refer to the technologies that digitize the physical components and embody them with communicational capabilities. These include sensors, microprocessors, data storage, controls, software, embedded operating systems, and enhanced user interfaces, amongst others. In a car, for example, smart components would include the engine control unit, the anti-lock braking system, the rain-sensing windshields with automated wipers, touchscreen displays. These smart components either replace some physical components or enable physical components to perform at a variety of levels. Finally, connectivity components comprise the ports, the antennae, the protocols that enable wired or wireless connections with the product. Connectivity takes three forms. These can be present together. One-to-one. One-to-one connectivity, where an individual product connects to the user, the manufacturer, or another product through a port or other interface. For example, when a car is hooked up to a diagnostic machine, that's an example of one-to-one connectivity. The second form of connectivity, one-to-many. A central system is continuously or intermittently connected to many products simultaneously. For example, Tesla's manufacturer system connects to many Tesla automobiles to monitor their performance and accomplish remote services and upgrades. final form of connectivity, many to many. Multiple products connect to multiple other products and often also to external data sources. For example, many different types of farm equipment may be connected to one another and to geolocation data to coordinate and optimize a farm system. Automated tillers inject nitrogen fertilizer at precise depths and intervals, only to be followed by seeders that place seeds directly in the fertilized soil. Notwithstanding its type, connectivity serves a dual purpose. First, it allows information to be exchanged between the product and its operating environment, its manufacturers, its users, and other products and systems. Second, connectivity enables some functions of the product to exist outside the physical device in what is known as the product cloud. For example, in Bose's new Wi-Fi system, a smartphone application running in the product cloud streams music to the system from the internet. To achieve high levels of functionality, all three types of connectivity are necessary. Smart components amplify the capabilities and value of the physical components, while connectivity amplifies the capabilities and value of the smart components and enables some of them to exist outside the physical product itself. In brief, the physical components, smart components, and connectivity create a virtuous cycle of significant value improvement. IoT is considered by many industry experts and researchers as the new wave of the internet. While the fixed internet of the 90s connected 1 billion users via PCs and the mobile internet of the 2000s connects nearly 6 billion users via smartphones, the IoT is expected to connect 28 billion things to the internet by the end of the year, ranging from wearable devices such as smartwatches to automobiles, appliances, and industrial equipment. Why has IoT suddenly gained importance? Well, because the costs of technology have plummeted, and it's more feasible than ever before to digitize products, to enable them to communicate data with other devices and processing units, and ultimately to analyze these data for effective decision making.